So... now what?
We observe these majestic chocobos.
We will have to return and see the chocobos a bit later. For now, we have 2 more hunts to do.
So we just discovered chocobos and we can't ride them?
No, we cannot ride the chocobo yet.
You can't gas them up with the greens and let them go?
Fuck you.
We won't be able to do that for a while.
Actually, that's a lie. I love that song, but that's sequel material.
Yeah. So, in classic Final Fantasy XIII style, we're going to have to do some arbitrary bullshit before we're allowed to ride chocobos, even though we've discovered them already?
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, the chocobos don't trust us yet. Or something.
I see.
You know, despite the chocobo that's riding around in the best character's afro.
Despite the fact that we clearly just, saw that he had a kind of a little dialogue going on with them.
Well, in as much as you can have a dialogue about yelling "quay, quay" to a bunch of birds.
Maybe they were put off by his determinism to make everything about how angsty he was over Dodge.
Maybe he said something really racist in Chocobo.
Alright, so, this hunt is actually right near where we need to go to continue with the plot.
Well, that's convenient. Or it would be if that was what we were on the way to do.
So, we are actually headed towards what is the north... Essentially, if you imagine a map of Pulse, the Vallis Medea and the Yashas Massif are in the southwest corner. We are going to the north... no, I'm sorry, it's in the southeast corner. We're going to the northwest corner of Pulse.
And hey, you've got the giant floating cracked thing to act as a sort of waypoint. I guess. Honestly, why is it that they ended up this far from being right underneath Cocoon when they, just basically flew straight there? So how much of Pulse did they fly over before landing here?
Look, man, Bahamut's really fast when he's a jet. Also, now that we have discovered chocobos, they are out here in the wild. But, again, can't do anything with them. Not quite yet.
Maybe they're all trapped behind the arbitrary bullshit fence and now they're free. I honestly don't think the game designers thought that hard about it. One thing I don't quite get. If you look up from Cocoon, if you look up at Cocoon in the sky, there's a little trail of stuff falling from it. We've seen it a couple times, and you keep being about to look at it, and then you don't. But if you haven't noticed it yet, you can either rewind the video or take my word for it. But it's there. But what the hell actually is that stuff falling from Cocoon?
I have no idea.
I mean, it doesn't make sense for it to be any of the things that it could really possibly be at this point.
Anyway, goblins. These are upgraded munchkins.
That's not a goblin.
So, the goblins act in pretty much the same way the munchkins did. They're kind of ineffectual with their damage, and I'm gonna say they don't really do much of anything until they get goblin enhancement. But once they do, things start getting obnoxious.
You know, I never really noticed it when I was playing the game, but that whole, alternating your team party thing really does kind of suck. Just sitting there while the dudes are wailing on you.
Yeah, it's one of the things that they kind of realised at some point between now and the sequel was really dumb. So they took it out of the sequel, and everyone was a little bit happier.
So, the thing about Goblin Enhancement is that instead of Vigilance, it gives these guys Shell, which is obnoxious because they already take half damage from physical attacks.
So yeah, now they just take generally twice as long to kill.
Anyway, the Goblin Chieftain himself is not much to talk about.
Now, I guess you could dispel them. Or, you know, de-shell them. Or... I don't know. I just can't see it being that annoying.
It's more that you have to... It's more that you have to kind of stop attacking and then take off the buffs, and then he turns around and he'll cast Goblin Handsman again, and then just, it's annoying. It's not really a problem.
I don't know. When I played this game, I had a Saboteur on standby at like 50% of the time. Saboteurs are really awesome.
Anyway, that's the end of the goblins for now. And we get a transformation catalyst. Woo.
Well, that was underwhelming.
So are you friend of the Chocobos yet?
No, we got one more. One more.
I don't see how that had anything to do with it.
Well, the thing is that in order to unlock the hunt that gets you the Geshl Reigns, you have to... It's a series of 3 hunts, and the second one has absolutely nothing to do with the other 2.
Game design.
So yeah, no, the first one we had to do the one that dispelled the wall, and then that unlocked the Goblin Hunt, and then the Goblin Hunt unlocks this hunt.
Yeah, it's really dumb. Stop press, Final Fantasy XIII is really dumb. Film at 11. Those two jokes really don't work together. Well, whatever, I made them anyway.
But we have to go protect the flock.
And we couldn't have done this while we were, you know, there.
No, absolutely not. There was no way we could have defeated the Sahagins while we were there.
Okay. Oh God, deliver me from this fucking music.
Huh? Hurry the what up? Jeez, someone's had their feathers ruffled.
Oh, and it plays during the fight.
It sure does. Alright, so here's kind of the deal. The Sahagins will cast water, and water will also inflict slow on you, which is really obnoxious. So basically the strategy right now is I'm kind of having Lightning sit there and spam Ruinga, because it knocks all these assholes up off the ground and gives me a chance to actually get my buffs up. This fight is actually really hard if you're not careful with it. So, you can see I'm pretty much just kind of stun-locking them with Blitz while Lightning gets everyone back on their feet.
Yeah, this looks interesting in a bad way.
It would be much easier if I had 2 medics, but this party does not, so...
Oh, great job on that, I guess. Yeah, there are a couple drawbacks to the Lightning Fang Saz Dream Team. Most of them are just to do with, well, technically they're the same drawbacks that any other party has, they're just in a couple of slightly more noticeable roles. See, not having the 3rd Ravager, and only having the 1 medic.
Yeah, so the Ceratosaurs are the more obnoxious of the 2. They do a lot more damage and they attack faster, but they're pretty easy to kill, so if you can get a decent focus on them, you can probably make your life a lot easier from the start. And hey, they're weak to fire, so we can show off Saz's Faraga.
Follow the old guy's lead.
Okay then.
Yeah, we're at the point where we are starting to get the top level spells.
Is there anything particularly special about Saz's Faraga, or is it just that you're showing off Faraga in the first place?
Yeah, no, just showing off Faraga in the first place.
I was almost interested there for a minute.
No, unlike his Blitz, there is nothing special about it.
We sure are going to be talking a lot about Saz's Blitz in about 30 videos time, or however many it is. I don't actually know, that was a guess. And at some point,
Time to pull the old switcheroo.
so anything left in this fight, or are we just mopping up?
Nah, we're just mopping up at this point.
I didn't actually notice that the Ceratosaurs were summoned.
They started the fight there, but they can be summoned, yes.
I didn't notice them. I was kind of distracted by all the water and slow and ruin going blitzing. Well, that's irritating, I guess. This whole thing is irritating, but we can finally ride some fucking chocobos.
Yeah, that... Alright, whatever. I don't care, because we got the Gishel Reins, and now we can ride chocobos.
Man, everyone's gonna want to ride that chocobo.
Whew. A few minutes later and you'd have been plucked.
What the hell was that?
Alright, so this is the game giving us a tutorial. It really doesn't matter. We'll talk about all this stuff in the rest of the video
You
here.
don't have to be afraid.
It's chocobo riding. It's the same as it has always been in any Final Fantasy ever.
Alright, so, yeah, first and foremost, the first thing you'll notice is the morale bar down in the corner. You can get hit if you get hit 3 times in quick succession, your chocobo will run away.
Get hit, like, by enemies.
Yes. Yeah, you are immune to enemies while you are riding the chocobo. But if you get hit 3 times in quick succession, your chocobo will leave.
That's convenient and not convenient.
I mean, your morale recovers in between hits as long as you don't get hit right away. But
Also, I love the jazzy as fuck chocobo theme.
yeah, this is the second thing. This is Chocobo Day Pulse.
It's much better than the other one. Please, let's just never hear the other one ever again. I'll be just fine with that. I love the little picture on the morale meter. He looks so serious in that picture. Like, it looks like he's trying to be a JRPG protagonist in that picture.
Alright, well, now that we've got a chocobo, let's go explore. Let's go have a look around.
Exploring this place is actually a little bit bearable when you're running at nearly double the speed.
Alright, so, first thing, these yellow circles, those are areas that are only accessible with the chocobo. And this exclamation mark means that we are near a chocobo treasure.
Hey, it's something actually resembling a minigame.
Something that, in a better Final Fantasy game, is a minigame.
A much better Final Fantasy game.
Some of them are better than others. Like, that gold nugget is worth a lot of cash if we sell it. But, some of them have things like transformation catalysts and stuff like that.
I don't remember ever finding a useful catalyst in a hole ever.
I don't think you do, but they're out there. That's the point.
There's some shit ones then.
There's also items and even a couple Seath Stones hidden up here on these bluffs, so it's interesting.
Huh. And Trogo seem to be able to open treasure spheres at like 3 times the speed of other characters. Well, I don't know if that was just that one, if it was an animation weirdness, but that's nice, I guess. Some of those animations are really dumb.
Right, so there's an item ball over there. I want it, but it's surrounded by more scale beasts and shit, and I'm like, yeah, no, don't want to deal with that.
Are scale beasts even that bad anymore?
Well, they're not scale beasts. They are upgraded scale beasts for Pulse.
Yeah, but are these ones really that terrible?
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't actually fight any of them.
With this current party setup, maybe? I remember the ones on Cocoon, it was basically drop lightning, or not light, poison on them. And that's how you win.
So there are like 7 Seath Stones here. Not sure how to feel about that.
They're all just lying down.
Yeah, well, none of them are active.
They're napping.
hopefully they stay that way.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, we are going to see some bullshit with missions later. But that's later. It's like they come so close to doing something interesting with what I'm going to call the mission structure. Actually, no, they don't come that close, but there's a kind of sense of what they were going for.
So how does this little exclamation point work? Do you just have to kind of run around till you find what it's pointing you at, or...?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, it'll come up when you're close, and then you just kind of have to wander around until you find where it wants you to go.
Like, there's no, like, controller starts rumbling the closer you get, or Chocobo makes any noise?
Not really.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of like an even less fun version of the treasure hunting from Sonic Adventure. And with like even less environmental activity and even less indicators of closeness.
It's usually not that hard to find it. I'm pretty sure all of the Chocobo treasures are hidden in like actual dirt patches instead of grass. So
also, it looks like it bounces when you're getting closer.
It might. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it.
Well, if that's true, then I take back some of my criticism, because that seems kind of helpful.
There should still be some kind of audio cue or something, but that's less awful.
Yeah, at least they gave you something. Something is nice. I
have an idea.
I like where this is going. Okay, seriously though, where were we? Oh right, idea.
Farewell, Chocobo friend. We will see you soon. And also, that's the thing, if you go near an Adamantoise, the Chocobo will automatically run away.
Well, it's not really an Adamantoise. But yeah. Point taken. So, do we have a brilliant plan?
Yes, it's the best plan you've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Oh. I thought we had a clever plan.
Alright, so, the Adamantoise is... this is by far the weakest of the Adamantoises. It has less than 1,000,000 HP, it's really not that bad. The main issue is that it does... with a Sentinel up, it does about 700 damage per stomp. And with the party that we have right now, I can't keep up with that damage.
Yeah, you need more medics. You're going to need a lot more medics. You're also going to need better medics.
Yeah. Like I said, I did do some of this off camera to try and see, because I really, really wanted to beat one of these things, but I can't do it. I just can't squeeze enough numbers out of my guys right now.
That was some clipping issues.
Yes, it was. Also, it used Quake on you.
It did.
Why can't we... Well, I guess we can use Quake on anything, but why is it such a stupid spell to actually use?
Also, Chocobos are marked on the map by a feather, so you can find one pretty easily.
I think you can also see them from a bit further away than some other things, although that might be just me completely bullshitting. I'm not actually sure. Well, now that I've said that, we're probably going to see one pop in. We can't prove that one popped in because it came from behind a rock. Although maybe that's just really clever game design. Ah, who am I kidding?
That still seemed further away than a lot of the enemy pop-in is.
Can you believe I almost credited Final Fantasy XIII with extremely clever game design? I can't believe that.
Alright, that's gonna be pretty much it. There's like 1 or 2 more areas on the steppe itself that we have to go to, but both of them are going to be very, very late game, or maybe even post game areas. So, We will come back for those. For now, we're headed toward the plot.
Oh hey, that's... Alright, I've forgotten what getting hit was actually like. And that was not creepy at all. So this regeneration then. Okay, there it goes. Like, I honestly forget, are enemies actually, like, even vaguely a threat? Like, can you get hit a bunch of times really fast without any chance to recover, or what?
If you get caught up in a group of them, then it can be a little dicey, but for the most part, no. There's really no chance that you're going to lose it, except by accidentally running into an adamantoise or something.
So basically, unless you do something really stupid.
And that guy is standing right on top of a treasure ball, and I want it.
And that thing is definitely bouncing. Like, as you get away.
Yep, there it is.
I like how they seem to not pause every other model in the overworld when you go into a cutscene.
Not here.
That's a nice thing. So, like, are we getting on with plot now?
Yep, after this video, we are going to the plot.
Sigh.
Which itself will mean that we'll be exploring a couple new areas. But, to say there, from here, our next stop is, if you remember, we saw the Falsi Dahaka back in the Ashes Massif? The asshole flying around?
Ah, yeah.
He lives in Tajin's Tower, which is right next to Erba, and we have 3 or 4 areas to get through before we reach there.
That sounds like fun.
So, next time, we will start the first of those areas, the Mahabara. So, we will see you guys next time.
I can't wait.